So if we talk about the blockchain technology, there's a lot of hype in the market, and people think they're not much have much awareness about the blockchain technology, but they're afraid of the technology. What is the technology? How to use it? But this technology is available in the real life also, and very few people are aware about these things. So today we have to discuss about the blockchain technology in the real life, how we can use it in the real life, and how the other people are using it. So this is the same thing. So to start with, there are certain guidelines we have to follow. We have to start with. So here is the first guidelines which start. So you all are requested to mute. That already done. So for the mute, in between I'll unmute you some of the guys. So when you have asked certain questions, I'll take some of the question in between also. So but most of the times we have to mute so that there should not be any disturbance in the webinar. Second point is, if something goes wrong or you logged out some way through your Zoom meeting, so you can again click on the same link, so you can come back to the Zoom meeting automatically. Third important point is use chat box for your queries. If you're getting some of your queries or some of the responses, you just use your chat box. So this is today's agenda. This is real life applications of blockchain. Here we'll discuss some paradigm shift, how the things are moving. Things are moving from Web 1.0 to 3.0. Then the latest web browsers, the blockchain web browsers, file storage, social networks, blockchain VODs. This is video on demand, you can say. Then blockchain music, blockchain-based computing power, global payment systems, how the blockchain is influencing our global payment system that we use day-to-day life, especially if you talk about the remittance. If you may heard about the remittance is something we pay the money from one country to another country. This is called global payments. So how we are doing this thing. And one case study we have taken in this is a IBM and Walmart supply chain for the food safety. How the blockchain going to real life use in the real life for the food safety. And there's a one product from IBM and Walmart combination they have built up. So I have taken as a case study to showcase you how the people are using this in the real life. And in the last, we'll have the Q&A. So you can ask your queries. In between also, you can leave your queries in your chat box also. I'll take some of the queries in between also. And you can ask your query in the last also. And one more important thing is your every slide has some slide number. You can note down the slide number. And here is the slide number. So just blow up this. So you can note down your slide number. And you can refer to that particular slide number also. If you want to ask some of the questions which are referred to specific to particular slide also. And here is the agenda. Then we start the first, we call paradigm shift. If you go back early in 1995 or something, so you may heard about, you may seen, maybe some of you have seen this device we call pager. This is a very old days. We used in 1994, 1995 for the purpose of communication. Just see how the things get changed. We call paradigm shift, how the technology get changed. If we talk about this, then we have seen this Nokia 330, the basic phone, such kind of phones. Then came your smartphones. So this is total paradigm shift. So one technology is going to coming and the other is going to change. Same thing happening in the market, where we had earlier we used internet, there was no internet, then came the internet, now we are coming to blockchain, and the people are calling the next level of internet. So this is called paradigm shift. So here again we are going to change our paradigm. So the new things are coming, and blockchain is one of the emerging technology that's coming in the market, and this changing the next future or next communication models in the future. So this here is an example of paradigm shift that you can see, and how we are going to change, we can see in the next slides. This is some of the points here. The earlier we had the websites only. You had the general only view. You know just www. But www is not simply that way. But your World Wide Web, your www has moved from 1.0 to 3.0. Now we are working on 3.0 version. So here you can have an idea. Your www, the web mainly started from 1996. And we have around 45 million global users in this area, and we had 250,000 websites here in this. If you just see the most. And here is the one more important point. If you check this line, the mostly read-only website. If you take the website, older websites, they had the content, but they're generally static contents. Then came Web 2.0, where the very dynamic contents, where we read and write both. Just take an example of blogs. Blogs came to part of Web 2.0, where we can read the content, we can write on content. So if you just see how many websites are going to, so 80 crore websites approximately, this started in 2006, and the 1 billion global users came up after this. And if you talk about Web 3.0, then here is widely write and less read. If you just see more write, less read. And here is around 8 billion users just started 2016. And you just see here. So just in 4 years, this is going to be 8 billion global users. So use of internet is increasing day by day globally. Some new things are get added. So earlier we had only read only model, then we can the read write model, then today the write more, read less model. This thing happening, but thing is how this thing is happening and how the web is going to change or how the web have changed over some of the years. Here is some feature comparison how the web have moved from 1.0 to 2.0, then 2.0 to 3.0. Here are certain changes that we have recorded in this. So here is some examples. So in the case of 1.0, we have the mostly read only, and they come the read write, and then comes the new thing called portable and personal. Take an example, IoT. IoT devices are sending the data, they are writing the data somewhere every time. They are reading less but writing more. Same thing happening. Company focused, this is community focused, this is individual focused. Then again become the home pages, they come the blogs. Now we have the live streaming. Maximum see an example of Facebook live stream. I think you don't have the 4 years back or 5 years back, but today everything is live streaming. Even YouTube live streaming is there. So many things are coming up. So the technology goes. So more you are writing, less we are reading. So owning content, sharing content. Now we are consolidating content. Just see an example of Google. You type something, the load of contents are coming up. But today, with consolidate the things, whatever things we need, only that should come, not the bulk of things. So we are moving to these kind of things. Earlier with the web forms, then came the web application. Now we have the smart applications. In blockchain, you might have about the one term smart contracts. A smart contract, the different way to write small applications. You may have about RPA, robotic. This RPA is a robotic process automation. So most of the things coming in smart applications today. Earlier we had the directories, then with the tagging, then the user behavior. Today we are working on the user behavior. Earlier with the page views, then with the cost per click CPC, you met about today with the user engagement. How we can ask more and more people and they stay with us. So because user engagement in this. Earlier we had banner advertising, then come interactive advertising, then come now today behavior advertising. So everything is going to change. If we don't understand the things, how the things are going to change, it's a very difficult to sustain the market. If we talk about the older days, with the Britannica online, then came the Wikipedia, and today we have the one more important one, semantic web. So here is that so many things, so many formats, so many new things came up from 1.0 to 3.0. So today we are living in the world of Web 3.0, and internet is just one of them. So here I have taken some idea because blockchain is the technology which is converging with everything, whether you are using IoT, whether using machine learning or something. Take this example. Advantage of blockchain and IoT integration, because blockchain is integrated with so many things, and IoT you are seeing is everywhere in the market. So the purpose is security, architectural strength, instance and transfer, autonomous scalability, solving capacity constraints. There are so many things. The main objective here is the security, because IoT is the device. The IoT contains the devices which can be in your homes also, because you have the smart homes, smart cities. So if we are not protecting the data, if we are not containing that data in some secure place or some secure database, the things will be very difficult for us. So this is the real practical uses of Web 3.0, where with the more write and less read in this kind of devices. If we talk about the RDB intelligence, the RDB intelligence, so many things are happening behind the scene by smart applications in the background. But what exactly those devices are doing or what the smart applications are doing, if that is not recorded somewhere, it's very difficult to identify what's happening behind the scene and how the technology is going to interpret themselves. You may have heard sometimes back, your Facebook have written some of the codes and some of the smart contracts, some of the program, they created their own language, they are interacting with each other. So if we are not recording the things somewhere in some of the immutable resource, some of the place, some blockchain kind of technology, this will be very difficult for us to understand what is the technology is working behind the scene. So this is some idea. The point is why we are using blockchain in the real life and how it's going to interact. So this is some of the points that we need to understand. The blockchain, why blockchain is going to real life. So this is the important feature of blockchain, that you get immutability, transparency and trust. Then we have traceability, then comes your distributed ledger technology, and this is distributed autonomous organization. This is the new model that came up into your blockchain. So we today, if you talk about the organization, this is some company. We go to some registration, we register as a company, private limited firm or public limited firm. But today we can start any organization just in seconds without need of any government. That's called distributed autonomous organization. This is one of the features in blockchain. And second thing is blockchain is a distributed ledger technology where we keep our data on so many nodes or the machines. So if the one machine, something goes wrong with machine, we can take the data from other machines. So our data is not lost. So data is secure. Second thing is it's immutable. Immutable means once we put the data on the network, it should not be deleted at all. It should not be modified. So it gives a transparency of the trust. So people are using blockchain for the different purposes. And the one more important is the traceability. Once we put something, this data, we can easily trace it. Take an example if you are, say, supply chain systems. You are taking some food. Food safety is a very good example of traceability. Land records is a very good example of your traceability. So whenever you are having real life applications, these are 5 core features due to which your blockchain is has a too much application in the real life applications. This is the use of it. If you take an example with the Gartner hype cycle you may heard about, so they have every 4 years they issue some of the guidelines or some of the predictions how the technology is going to change. If you see this is the chart gave hype chart from Gartner issued from August 2019. If you see this chart, you nowhere will find the blockchain in this blockchain technology, no blockchain word in this. But if you see here, there's something decentralized autonomous organization. This is part of the blockchain. And they are predicting that's coming in the next 5 to 10 years. Because blockchain is the emerging technology. People are using it. But this is going to increase day by day. And they have predicted that this technology, the DAO, this is called decentralized autonomous organization, will be in practical be used in the real life within the span of 5 to 10 years. If you just go upward, there's so many things coming up. And here, if you see here, age analysis 5 and this, if you see semantic data, transfer, augment intelligence. So these are the different technologies, and there should be some more term. I just forget. DO is the just one. This is part of. This is just see here. This is called decentralized web. This is Web 3.0 that we're talking about right now. If you see, it's more than 10 years. So this is the emerging technology with some of the things already implemented, some of the things are POC stage, and so many things already started. If you adopt the blockchain technology now and you start working on this, you can easily adopt it in the future. So that's why you can see this chart. This is emerging. That's why we are calling it emerging technologies. Take the very simple example. I have started with one example, say Brave. Maybe you heard about this browser. This is the web browser. Some of the things we know about Google, or say Chrome and other things. But what happens if you take an example of Chrome? Whenever you see your videos of take the YouTube videos, there's a lot of ads comes up in this. For every 2 minutes, every 5 minutes, you see the ads. But we don't want that kind of ads. Then we can use the blockchain-based web browser. This is called Brave. I'll show this practically. And one more thing is, it stops all your ads in this, so you can see ad-free environment in this. Second thing is, it pays the money to you. If you see the ads in this, it will pay the money to you in their own currency called BAT, and they can get it into US to convert that into US dollars also. So I'll show you this example how this blockchain-based web browser you can use it for your own purpose also. So suppose you are opening some website, those websites only have so many ads. One more important thing is, if you see how and what is the benefit we're using web browser. First thing is no more ads, no more cross-site trackers. You may have heard about what is cross-site trackers. Cross-site is trackers something when we suppose you are searching something in your web browser, and what happens to that? The thing is get recorded by the websites as part of cookies, and other website take those cookies and use that your information for the purpose of advertising. The term is called cross-site trackers. If you use Brave browser, your blockchain web browser, then there's no cross-site tracking in that. Third thing is get paid for the ads on the background image. When you see the background images, they pay just to view your advertisement or just to view the images. If you want to see this example, just go back and just click on this. We click on this web browser. If we move to the web browser, you can go to the website of this Brave. This is your website. If something goes wrong in this. Okay, I show you the web browser here. There's something is wrong in this right now. Okay, maybe internet is not working or something. I'll show you. Just see this. This is the web browser we call Brave. Just see here. It is issuing some of the currencies 2.9 BAT. This is called utility coins. These are coins from this web browser Brave, and this is equivalent to 0.54 US dollars. So same, just you try to open any channel of YouTube or any channel. You see so many ads in this, but if you click something in this, you will not seeing any ads. And here you can see that your replica, here is the things like this, how many there's cross sites blocked and something. You see that this all tracks. What is this doing in this? So this is very important thing is you can download it, this browser from the given link. So the web browser, you can install it on your machine. This is a web browser, this is blockchain based web browser that we can use in real life. Okay. So this is some examples. Okay, so I've given all the links in this. So wherever I referred something, I've used those links. So you can get all these things. I'll share you the PDF file for this, where you can have get all links and all. You can share something. Okay, I'll just check some of the things. So do we have some chats? We have the 9 chats right now. Just a second. I'll just go through this. Chat is not opening. Something's wrong. Okay, that's there. Design the okay start card and end card webinar videos. Wait up to the YouTube channel. Okay, dear all, please share all your full names. Okay, there's no queries. Okay, that's fine. So let's continue. If you have any of your queries, please put in chat so I can just see this. So in between, after some time, I'll just go through this. Thank you. Okay, let's continue. So if you say this is one web browser, just we call web browser, Brave web browser. And if you go through who are the people behind this development, just see the people. It's a Brendan H. this and Brain Bondi. These are two main people, core people behind this development. So this is the creator of JavaScript, co-founder of Mozilla and Firefox. I think you know the Firefox and Mozilla and JavaScript. So these are the people behind this. Khan Academy, you may have heard the name of Khan Academy. Ben Bondi is the person behind Khan Academy, Mozilla and Evernote. These are well-known products in the market. So more and more people are working on blockchain technology. They are developing their product. Different. So many products coming in the market based on blockchain technology. And one more category we have taken is file storage. If you talk about the file storage, we have the Dropbox, iCloud, Google Drive, Amazon, OneDrive. They are generally we have the file storage. But these things we put something on this drive because this is just on cloud only. So we can put a more better one that we move to. So blockchain based your storage. You may heard about the name IPFS. Storage, Labs, Filecoin, Safe Network, SIA, Swarm.city. These are some of the networks which is available as part of blockchain or Web 3.0. If you put any data, any of your files on this storage, what they will do, they will create a hash code of that particular file, and that data will not be deleted because the thing is, all these products have their own multiple nodes or multiple servers. So if data goes wrong with some machine, the data can be taken from other machine. So blockchain has one of the powers called immutability. So once you put any of your files on any of these networks, your file is safe. That is called this is the power of internet. So if you want to, suppose you are going to create some blockchain application where you are storing some documents or some PDF files or some videos. So where you can put this data? So these other internet or blockchain based services or the storage where you can use your data, and you can take that data any moment of time, because data is distributed on the network. It's on distributed network, data will not be lost at all in that. So this is security, that immutability we are getting through all these file storages. So maybe you've not heard about some of the names, but there's IPFS and Swarm is a very popular one. If you develop some smart applications using your Solidity or your Remix and something, you see those names, Swarm and IPFS. So these are the places where you can put your videos, your documents and something, and you can use this in your records. And thing is, what are the benefits for using distributed systems? So this is three benefits we have noted down. Utilize unused storage capacity across storage devices. This is one of the important features. Reward crypto tokens for using spaces that you can take it. Your iCloud will not be giving any money to use your spaces. People give you some money also. They're not asking any money, but they will pay you some money for it. It will cost a fraction of current offerings. So if you go, there's a lot of things are coming in this. Take an example, social networks. In the real life, you generally see your Twitter, your Instagram, your Facebook kind of things. But if you talk about your blockchain-based social network, there are a lot of blockchain-based social networks available. Swami, Akasha, Matchpool, Yoss. So I have all these links. Everyone has the links. So you can go through the websites of these products. There are different social networks available on the blockchain-based solutions. So they contain your data, and what thing is how the things are better than these kind of things. We already have these things in the market. Then point is why we should move the Web 3.0. So there is a certain advantage we have noted for this. First thing is end of surveillance network. End of data theft and important things, privacy is guaranteed. Take an example of Facebook or other. You may heard about whatever you do in your Facebook, they get recorded for their own marketing purpose or using their AI tools and something. Their privacy is not guaranteed in that. But in blockchain-based solution, everything is get recorded. So privacy is guaranteed in such kind of applications. So data theft is very, you can say, because immutability and other things, your data theft is, so we can say end of the data theft, surveillance, because they're not using cookies and other things. So you can just see they're better if you just try these kind of things. So you can see the differences, how the things are going to change. So there are some of the, I've taken 4 examples. There are hundreds of social medias available for different purpose. So these are 4 names I've shown to you. You can try all these things. So these are 4 examples. Then here is the video on demand technologies available in the market, VOD, because of VOD, Netflix, Upstream, YouTube, Vimeo, and other things. If you talk about your Web 3.0, we have so many things. Flexo, Streamer, DLive, Theta Network. So these are some of the blockchain videos. You go there, you can do live stream. DLive is like just live streaming. You can just a live video like Netflix and other things. So these are the blockchain-based solutions which is available in the market. You can go through all these things and see how the thing's going to work. Take an example, say DLive or say Flexo or Streamer. I'll show you the one if things are okay. So just see this Steamer. It's a real-time data protocol, decentralized web. So you can click on other things, just try to visit things, try to see how the things are going to change. So there are a lot of things, Steamer, DLive. If you go to DLive, you can see this. This a live streaming is there. You can live stream yourself. These are all blockchain-based solutions. These are all real-life solutions in this.
Probably just play one more though.
So here are some of the examples, Theta and other things. Point is how this is better than existing platforms. They are a platform independent approach, transparent content monetization. This is very important. Take an example, YouTube. You put your videos on YouTube and they give them, they start paying money when you have the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 minutes of some reading something. But that is not on these kind of platforms. If you go through this is transparent content monetization in this. And second, content ownership is safe, because being a blockchain solution, your contents are safe, your ownership is safe in that. Again, for the music, if you go to the music, you see Spotify, your say YouTube Music, you say Ghana. These are Web 2.0 models. But if you move through 3.0, there's again so many things. You Ujo, your Mycela, SNG DAO, I just told in the earlier slides also, decentralized autonomous organization. This is the new model which is coming in the market. So this Opus, these are new models. If you just click on the Uzo music, you can directly go to this, see how the things are going to change. So I have added all these links with this presentation. So I'll share you the PPT. I can convert the PDF. So all the links will be available to you. So you can go through your artist. Your artist has the more value in this. The money is good paid. If you're an artist, you must join all these platforms. Because you will be getting 70% part of your revenue. Because most of the platform are paying you 10% or 20%. For all these platforms, the blockchain based platform, they are just paying 70% money to the people who are really deserve to it, or who are the inventors of the music or something. So this is very, very important. These are the different. If you go to benefits, it's end of middleman culture, distribution of revenue for the multiple artists, then parallel revenue chains. So many people. If you are heavy, if you have some music or the videos, you start working with blockchain-based platforms to earn more, because everybody is earning. In the earlier cases, the organizations are earning, but today here the inventors are earning. This is a very, very important thing. Then comes your computing power. If you see the computing, take an example, computing power. Today we have the one computer or the cloud, but if we have some computer, we have some labs where we can have the power or some space, we can contribute our power of your laptop, your desktops, and with Golem, and you can get the money you can get paid for that particular amount. This is called Golem, this is called computing power. So Golem is one of the things that is happening in the market with a blockchain-based solution. You can add up your own laptop, your desktops with Golem, and that power get contributed to make the overall computing power. So increase your computing power. So whatever computing power we use from your side, you will be paid for that computing power. This is one of the very important things happening in the market. You can try this Golem. They have their own tokens also called Golem token. They'll pay you in case of Golem token, and this you can convert to dollars or rupees or something. This is very, very important. Point is, what are the benefits of this? So I have noted 3 points in this. Golem ecosystem enable anyone to deploy, distribute, and monetize application in the Golem network. This is again very important. All computation takes place in sandbox environment and fully isolated from the host systems. The point is, if you are using, if Golem using your machine for some purpose, there the consumer or the other person can not directly come to your machine. This sandbox environment get created from your machine, and this virtual environment gets used by the people. So physically, nobody is coming to your machine. This is a very, very important that. Golem utilizes Ethereum-based transaction system to settle payments. So you can simply open your account in your MetaMask or something, and you can get the money in Ethereum, and you can convert Ethereum to dollars or rupees. This is as per your choice. One more important thing here is your global payments. The category is global payments. If you heard about the Ripple is the cryptocurrency. Like your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, you heard about the Bitcoin. It's a Ripple also. But Ripple is not a cryptocurrency. They have the full-fledged system. We call instant money move transfer to any corner. Just see they're written there. Instantly move money to all corners of the world. If you take an example, when you transfer the money from one country to another country, earlier we have the one solution called PayPal. Or another model we have the through your RTGS or some other models with the banking system. If you go to through that way, you have around 4 to 5% money you have to give to those kind of people. And those we call middlemen. And second thing is, when you send this money, it takes around 4 to 5 days to reach your money from one country to another country. But take an example, Ripple. If you take this kind of models, you can send your money just within the 15 seconds from any part of the world. So rather than transferring the money using your PayPal or general media, If if you are sending some money from other people from any other part of the world, you can refer to Ripple rather than using your normal media or PayPal or banking systems. The people are using Ripple in today, so they are just saving 4 to 5%, and they are saying saving their 4 to 5 days in this. So this is very a real application of remittance in case if you have some guys or some of the people to want to send some money from any part of the world, or you want to get the money from other part of the world. This is one of the very important things that we can the real life for the global payments. We call Ripple. And here I have taken example of food safety that I told you. And here the case study we have taken from your IBM and Walmart. IBM have developed one blockchain solution for your Walmart to manage your supply chain. When you buy something from Walmart, how the things get managed, how the things get recorded on the blockchain technology. I have just a small video for the 2 minutes. Kindly have a look and how the things going to change. Just see. Okay.
I purchased a pack of mangoes. I came into my staff meeting. I put them on the table and I said, your traceback exercise starts right now. And we timed how long it took them to get the information for each point in the food system all the way back to the farm. And I'm not going to give you the results. Okay. After the pilot. But it's going to be good. When a customer shops in our stores, we know they expect great prices. We know they expect fast, clean, and friendly service. But an unspoken expectation is that they expect the products that they buy in our stores to be safe. You know, when there's a food event or a food scare, what you want to do is you want to be fast, but you want to be right. That food product is guilty until proven innocent. We at Walmart will actually pull all of the product until we know what is the implicated product and we can put the safe product back out. And so imagine if we could pinpoint with certainty within minutes, not days, that it was the implicated product. Walmart and IBM are working to make that a reality. If you think about the food system, it's pretty complex. It involves farmers, processors, distributors. And the way traceability is done today, each segment of the food system does it their own way. Most actually do it on paper or on systems that don't speak to each other. And so you can never have a full view of what's happening in the food system. What we hope to do with blockchain is bring all food safety system stakeholders and collaborate so that we do it one best way. We can do it very quickly and efficiently. Blockchain is a digital ledger that allows different segments of the food system to capture information about the product, what they've done to it, where that product has been. If we're linking that data with other data points, the Internet of Things, all that information will yield to insights that will allow us to have a safer, more affordable, and sustainable food system. But we don't believe traceability is the goal. We believe that transparency is the ultimate goal. Blockchain will give us the ability to not only track where food came from, but how it was produced. Was it produced safely? Was it produced responsibly? Is it sustainably grown? How many dates of shelf life are left on that product? The food system is a shared responsibility. And for blockchain and traceability and transparency to work, we need a lot of people working together. And so we're excited to be working with IBM on this blockchain initiative. But it's not just Walmart and IBM. We actually have some of our suppliers participating in this pilot. We've got some universities also participating in the pilot. And so we'll make sure that all stakeholders work together for a safer and better food system.
And here one more real life use cases that you see in the market. It's called, if you just see the case of land records. So maybe some of you in your family having some lands. Those land records are now stored on blockchain, purpose of traceability. So when you buy some property, they'll ask you that this 20 years of back record something. Take this year, just note down this year. This is December 1, 2017. There's a news from that, where India works to the path of blockchain adoption of land records. That means this is the case of eGovernance. Indian government and the international, so many governments in the world, they're using blockchain for their own purpose. So land record is one of the use cases which is already there in India, and most of your land records and your ownership, your houses and homes, this is recorded on your blockchain solution. This is a real life solution which is government of India is already using right now. And your this house and lands ownership is now going to move into blockchain. So if you don't know about the blockchain, the government knows, the people know this. So you must be knowing about the blockchain technology and how this is going to be used in real life. This is one more important thing is, if you talk about blockchain in India, just 1 year back or so 2 year back, there's no Indian policies or no strategy by Indian government. But if you heard about the name of the organization, Niti Aayog, Niti Aayog has built up one strategy how the blockchain can be implemented in India and what are the factors and your legal issues to be taken care of. So in January 2020, just 3-4 months back, they have issued one first draft of the document that is available here. You can directly scan the QR code and directly read this document, which is available in this on their website of Niti Aayog. So you can understand how the India is going to build or how the Indian government is planning to implement blockchain technology in India. What are the other products? What the Indian government has prepared some of the products and how the India is going to move into the blockchain technology in the future. So if you are aware about the technology, then you can enter into it. And so many big companies are already using blockchain technology. So there's a very good career in this arena. So if you know about this is a very good document. You can try this document. You can use QR code right now or later on in the from video also your PDFs also. So you can take this document and note down. This is around 50 page document. You must read this document how the India is going to change with the blockchain technology or how India is going to use blockchain technology in the future. So this is you can scan and download. That's your choice. And here is today we have one more upcoming webinar at 2 o'clock. This is on Excel. And if you want to know more about your Excel, in-depth knowledge of Excel, you can also scan this QR code or use this given URL to join this webinar. And you can move into some more productive. You can improve your own productivity in Microsoft tools. This especially in Excel, which is a very important tool to all of us. This upcoming webinar that we have today. And here is how you can get connected with us. So we have your websites and Facebook pages and YouTube channels. You can directly scan out these websites. You can visit our websites. So this is there and that. So this is your query time now.